Yo everyone, what is going on? Welcome to the video. I hope you're all keeping well. And today I'm going to be taking you through my current full day of eating from start to finish because as a lot of you probably know, I have relocated to Spain. I will be here for at least the next few months. So my routine and my diet, they have completely changed. So that is pretty much what I'm going to be taking you through today. My calories, my macros, the meals that I usually eat, and just what I do to stay in shape out here. And I actually, I'm currently struggling with something a little bit in terms of my nutrition. I'm going to be talking about that later in the video. And yeah, I'd love to see what you guys think about that as well. So a lot going on in today's video. Sit back, relax, enjoy it, and let's go. So I set my alarm for 6 a.m. most mornings out here during the week anyway. I get up, I do a bit of work, and then about 30 minutes before I train. So I usually train at 8 a.m. So at about 7:30, I get a small snack in just to give me a bit of an energy boost. And it's pretty much the same thing every single morning. So this morning I had 100 grams of fat-free yogurt, 150 grams of mixed fruit, and 10 grams of Cocoa Pops as well. So quite light. Bit of carbs, bit of protein, and definitely adequate enough to get me through my session. And for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I put training clips on my stories all of the time, physique updates, Q&As all the time as well. So yeah, if you want to get involved over there, my username is jclark_fitness. But then I get back from the gym, I get stuck back into work for about an hour or so, and then I have my first main meal of the day at around 11 a.m. So let me show you what I have. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding 40 grams of porridge oats to a bowl. That is going to be followed by 200 ml of egg whites from bulk. I'm going to add some water until there's about 380 to 400 ml in there. Then I'm going to put it in the microwave until the oats begin to rise. This usually takes about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, we are done in the microwave. The oats are looking nice and fluffy. Then I'm gonna add in 30 grams of a double chocolate informed whey protein from bulk. This is the goat of all chocolate proteins. I am going to fold and mix that in. All right, so now it's time for the toppings, and I'm gonna use 2 squares or 20 grams of this Lindt dark chocolate. I personally like to break it up into little pieces and spread it out. And then I'm gonna plop 15 grams of just normal peanut butter in the middle. So yeah, I have this meal pretty much every day, and right now my calories are at around 2,600 calories on a daily basis, and I am maintaining my weight pretty well on these calories. And this is something, I have a bit of a predicament on my hands with this at the moment. It's something that I'm going to touch on. I want your advice on as well. Well, I want to see what you think of it, but I'll touch on that in a little while. But yeah, seeing as my calories are at quite a decent level, I'm happy to include slightly bigger portions of the more calorie dense foods, so the peanut butter, the squares of dark chocolate, especially because they are full of healthy fats. Oh, and if you haven't tried egg whites in your porridge, I highly recommend doing so, especially if you are on lower calories, because they are so good for bulking up a meal for quite few calories, and you don't really taste the egg whites at all, so don't worry about that. And they are obviously full of protein as well. Oh, and if you are picking anything up from bulk, these are 2 of my top recommendations probably. So egg whites, I use these all of the time. Shelf life is unbelievable. They are much cheaper than the supermarket bought ones as well. And double chocolate informed whey protein. As I said, this is the GOAT of chocolate whey proteins. They also have another flavor as well that I'm very eager to try. It is Millionaire Shortbread. It came out recently. I've heard good things, so that will definitely be on the list the next time I make an order. So yeah, if you are picking up anything, they have powdered peanut butter as well. That is something they've recently brought out. Their 0-calorie maple syrup is unbelievable too. But yeah, go through the link in the description of this video so they know you came from me. It would mean a lot. But yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so lunchtime usually comes at around 2 p.m. and at this point of the day, I am always quite hungry, and as a result of this, I tend to go for something that is a little bit on the higher volume side of things. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna add 5 of these turkey sausages to an air fryer. I'm gonna season with a little bit of sea salt and some smoked paprika. Then I'm gonna let them cook away for about 8 minutes. That's all they need. And if you are ever coming to Spain, you need to get on these babies in 5. There are 185 calories and 26.2 grams of protein. They're so calorie and macro friendly. And as my sausages are cooking away, I'm gonna put together a quick salad. So I've roughly chopped 100 grams of spinach leaves into pieces. They go into a bowl. That is followed by half of a red pepper that I've chopped up, half of a red onion, 50 grams of sweet corn. Then I'm gonna chop up my 5 sausages onto the top. They are actually extremely hot, so this is a bit of a challenge. Might actually be easier to just chop them up. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, this is a bit easier. Okay, that will do. Then I'm gonna pour this unbelievably good sauce over the top that I just prepared. So I added 100 grams of fat-free natural yogurt to a glass. That was followed by 30 ml of hot sauce. You can use whatever hot sauce you like. And I added 30 ml of sweet chili sauce as well. Okay, so this salad is an absolute beast. It is full of volume, pretty calorie friendly, and so tasty. The sauce is so good. And alongside it, I usually have 2 slices of bread toasted. So they don't have 60 cal bread over here, but they do have like 65 calorie bread, so it's still okay. And alongside that, I have 20 grams of crisps, just as a bit of a side. And it's a bit of a free-for-all how I eat this, to be honest. Sometimes I put the salad on the bread and make a bit of a sandwich that tastes really good. Sometimes I'll have the crisps on the bread. So crisp sandwich is a bit of a sacred thing in Ireland. Sometimes I will just mix everything together. Honestly, the crisps go really well with the salad, go really well with the toast. So yeah. Okay, so before we go to my next meal, I want to fill you in on my current calorie situation. So right now I'm consuming about 2,600 calories per day, 5 to 6 days per week. And that for me is a slight deficit because my maintenance is around 2,800 calories. And just for reference, because I know this is the first thing that a lot of people are going to ask, I weigh 75 to 76 kg and I'm 5'9". But then 1 to 2 days per week, I'll go over my maintenance because I'll be eating out, I'll be having a few drinks, maybe I'll be doing both, but over the course of the week my calories generally balance out at maintenance, so an average of 2,800 calories per day-ish. But part of me at the moment, well not even just at the moment, over the last few months is toying around with the idea of purposely bulking up for the first time in a long time, and even I think, you know, putting on maybe 4 to 5 kg, so sitting around the 80 kg mark. And I think this could be beneficial for a few reasons. So one is I might not look as good with my top off, and by good I mean shredded. I would definitely still have a decent bit of definition, but at the same time I probably look better with a t-shirt on. So I think it could be a trade-off worth making, especially because most of the year I don't go around my top off anyway. The second reason is if I did gain 4 to 5 kg, then that would increase my maintenance as a result. It's hard to know by exactly how much, but my estimate is 100 calories at least, maybe more depending on just how my body reacts to those extra calories. That's probably a very conservative estimate. And before, I think I was bulking at 3,300 or 3,400 calories. This was years ago, so I can't quite recall my activity levels. They were probably similar to what they are now. So I do think that as I increase my calories, my body actually reacts quite well to it, and it burns significantly more calories as a result. So I'm thinking my maintenance would be at least 3,000 calories, which would of course be extremely nice. It just means that I could eat more food. And the third reason is being in a surplus, this is obvious, would of course be more beneficial for strength and for muscle growth as well. So although, you know, not all of the 4 to 5 kg I'd gain would be muscle, at least some of it would, and some would be fat. And I think I'd be okay with that. So yeah, I haven't purposely bulked up in a long time. It must be like 3-ish years at this stage, but yeah, I'd love to know what you think. Like, if you were in my position, would you sacrifice some of the shreds for the gains and bulk up and then main gain at just a slightly heavier weight, or would you simply just keep the shreds? So yeah, comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if it is something that quite a lot of people are interested in and I decide to go down the bulking route for the first time in a long time, yeah, it is something I'd be happy to document. Okay, so it is time for some dinner, and coming into the summer months, especially over here, where it's like 28, 29, 30 degrees every day pretty much, I'm not always in the mood for a super hot meal. So yeah, this one is probably a little bit less traditional, but it definitely has a summer vibe about it, and it's so quick and easy to make as well. Okay, so I'm gonna start by adding 50 grams of cold pasta that I've already prepared to a bowl. 50 grams is the uncooked weight. That is gonna be followed by 120 grams of tuna, just from a tin. If you are looking to save calories, then tuna in brine or tuna in water are your best options. Then I'm gonna add in 50 grams of cherry tomatoes that I've chopped in half, 2 celery stalks that I've chopped into little pieces, 50 grams of sweet corn. Then for the sauce, I'm gonna mix 35 grams of light mayo with 50 grams of natural fat-free yogurt. Let's get that on the top and give it a good mix. Okay, so maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but if you are a fan of tuna, sweet corn and mayo, then I definitely think that you will like it. And the fat-free yogurt and the mayo combo is actually a really good way to keep the calories of the sauce down. It's a good way to get some extra protein in there as well. If you have lighter than light mayo at your disposal, like you do in Ireland, and I'm pretty sure you have it in the UK, you probably won't even have to do it, but most people don't. Most people just have light mayo, and even though it's more calorie friendly than normal mayo, it's still not the most calorie friendly sauce that you could be using. Hence the reason the fat-free yogurt and light mayo combo is a pretty handy one. Okay, so as a little post-dinner snack to really fill me up, I'll usually have a yogurt style meal, kind of similar to the very first snack I had at the beginning of the day. So I'll get 200 grams of frozen mixed berries. I heat them up in the microwave for like a minute or so, so they are not completely frozen. So let's do that quickly now. Then when they are good to go, I get one of these chocolate yogurts. These are the same brand as the blueberry ones that I used. They're not as good for calories, so the other ones have 64, I think. These have 97. Both have around 10 grams of protein, if I'm not mistaken. But the chocolate one, it's delicious. It's like a protein pudding. All right, let's get this on. And you guessed it, 20 grams of Cocoa Pops on top. And the great thing about a meal like this is that it tastes like such a treat, and it kind of is, to be fair, but at the same time, it's not like you are wasting away a load of calories on complete shit. Like, there is a decent amount of nutritional value in this, between the berries, between the fat-free yogurt as well. Maybe not so much the Cocoa Pops, but I think it's a good balance. And for what, like 255, 260 calories, it's quite a big portion as well. It's quite filling. All right, so final meal of the day going in. As you can see, it is pretty similar to my breakfast. I'm a creature of habit. What can I say? But there are a few differences. Well, there is actually only one difference. So there's the same amount of oats, 40 grams, same amount of whey protein, 30 grams. There's no egg whites in this, just because I don't need the protein. I don't need this meal to be massively big either, because I'm not insanely hungry and I'm going to bed soon. And then there is some dark chocolate and peanut butter as well. Again, same measurements for each. And for those of you who have been around for a while, you will know that protein porridge is literally my favorite meal. Even all through prep, I kept it. Like, I didn't take this meal out whatsoever, even though I probably could have substituted in something a little bit more voluminous. But yeah, I just couldn't let it go. It was always my final meal of the day on prep as well. So for volume, the egg white one is definitely better, but for pure taste alone, this one wins. Actually, I got the measurements wrong there. For anybody who cares, it is 10 grams of dark chocolate and not 20. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap the video up there, everyone. Before I do, I'm gonna pop my calories and macros for the day on screen now, but I only really pay attention to calories and protein. And yeah, that was a pretty honest full day of eating. Of course, some of my meals change on a daily basis. I don't eat the exact same thing every day, but in terms of my staples, in terms of just my routine in general, when I eat meals, etc., that was a pretty good overview. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment below and let me know what you thought. Are there any meals that you are going to try? Let me know what you think about my calorie situation as well. I'd be really interested to hear people's thoughts on that. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you again, and yeah, I'll see you in the next vid.